Hey guys, how's it going? Today on the RebelLUG YouTube channel, I'm going to be reviewing this new R2-D2 set. Set number 75308. Comes with 2,314 pieces, and this is a pretty big set. So I'm looking forward to building it, and then I'll talk about what I like about it and what I don't. Before we get into the build, I'll just quickly go over the box. So as you can see, the box is really tall. So, but it's actually not very thick. It's actually kind of thin compared to a lot of other boxes of a similar set size. So this is it on its side. It's really wide this way. And then on the back, you can see just some reference images from the movies right there. So you've got Anakin with R2, Luke with R2, and then C-3PO with R2. And as you can also see, it comes with a 50-year anniversary plaque for Lucasfilms. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and start building it. Now that this thing is built, we can finally take a look at it, and I'll show you all of the really cool details that are involved in it. But first off, I'll show you this little stand. So it's pretty nice. It's got a plaque just talking about R2-D2 a little bit, and then it comes with an R2 minifig as well as this 50th anniversary for Lucasfilms. But this is nice, but the real thing that's really cool is actually, obviously, R2-D2 himself. So this model is actually a pretty good size. It's about the size that I was expecting. Based on the box, I think that gives you a pretty decent estimate. It's a little bit smaller than what you can see when you compare it to the box itself, but it is very similar in scale. So some of the features that this has is you can rotate his head. You can, on the top, if I angle this up a bit, this little piece pops out. And inside, you have Luke's lightsaber. So that's pretty cool. And then also in the back on this side, you can lift up his little thing here so that he can, I don't know, do some detection with his little radar thingy. So that's pretty neat. And then if you look around in the back here, there's two little knobs. So when you push these forward, what that's going to do is open up these compartments and allow you to have these little arms that come out. And you can see him use these in the films where he's shooting lasers or using them to open doors and things like that. And then he also has these little things here that open up as well. So he's got a number of little play features. But I'm guessing most of the time if he's on display, you're gonna want these closed because this just looks a lot better. The body's really nice and rounded, and there's a lot of different details showing just the texture as it kind of goes around. Now, the last feature, which is I think one of the coolest features on this whole thing, is his third leg. So the way you activate this is you kind of just grab his shoulders and then you lean him forward, and then that third leg just pops right out. So there is a mechanism that runs through the sides here that just holds the third leg up, so that when you just rotate his shoulders, it drops right down. And it's really easy to activate, and then it's also really easy to put back up. So all you have to do to put it back up is just take the third leg and stick it up there. So get a little bit better view of how this all works. Yeah, so you just tilt them back and forward, pop up. So it's a very easy mechanism to use, and it has quite a bit, because as you can see, it's he can display pretty nicely with this from this third leg position. Down here, the bottom is a little bit bare, but that makes sense because this is just a long beam that runs up, and for the most part, you're not going to be viewing him from this angle anyway. So the next thing I want to point out is just a couple of cool building techniques that were involved when making this. One that I really like actually was his eye right here. So when I first saw this on the box, I thought that it was one of these pieces, but maybe a 3x3. But it actually turns out this is one of these shield pieces, and it just clips in to the side here, and then it just sits flush. So that's actually really nice. It's a cool little technique, and it looks really accurate in comparison between the eye versus this little red light. And then the other really cool thing while building this up was the internal structure. So this is primarily a Technic frame that has these different pieces that you build out and put on the sides. But the mechanism on the inside that controls this is really cool. So there's a few rubber bands that hold things in place, and then rotating it back puts pressure, which then allows the third leg to drop down. So I think it's a really well integrated function. So the final thing I'm going to do is show a bit of a comparison of size of how this would look if you're comparing it to a, another minifigure. So I'll just take these minifigures and put them there. So as you can see, you've got Woody and R2-D2, and R2 roughly comes up to the shoulder there. So now, if we take it and scale him with this Woody, it scales pretty well. So, as you can see, the shirtless Woody scales really well with the R2 set, as well as the minifigures. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the RebelLUG channel so you'll be able to see more review content and videos like this. Thanks, and have a great day.